All right, let's go ahead, get right on into it. From our good friends here at Bounding Into Comics, and let's see, John F. Trent, putting out the great content out there. All right, a journalist who exposed Disney's twisted agenda launches a Drop Disney campaign. Hashtag Drop Disney. A campaign to target company stock price could already be working. Oh, we'll get into that in just a second. Let's see. Journalist Christopher F. Rufo announced he's launching a campaign called Drop Disney that will target the Walt Disney Company's stock price. Yes, indeed. Rufo announced in the campaign on Twitter. Actually, I've got the tweets right here. Let me pull those up. Pull those up here. There we go. He says, Disney wants to impose a critical race theory and other gender ideology on American families. We're organizing a campaign to fight back. Hashtag Drop Disney. Oh, there we go. So there you go. Christopher Rufo might be better known as. I think was it Virginia? I think it was Virginia. Virginia, where they had the issues in the school there, so he was kind of putting a light onto some of that, and kind of turning his attention here over to Disney, who deserve quite a bit of vitriol and fire here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. He goes on here. Let me find the other one here. He goes on. He says, "We're launching a paid digital ad campaign targeting." I hate the term conservative. Mainly because it's really not a viable term anymore, I would suppose. Plus, it also, I would just say any normal Disney subscriber, Disney Plus subscribers out there, with the goal of persuading them to cancel the service. It's a high leverage strategy. Even a small slowdown in the rate of subscriber growth can have a major impact on the stock price. Look at Netflix out there. They actually were expecting a whole bunch of new users, and then they ended up having a whole bunch of people leave, and their stock price went down quite a bit there. So trying to do the same thing here, reaching out to people and saying, hey, if you don't like what Disney is doing, especially here in the state of Florida, they're going after our governor here and trying to repeal not only the classroom bill that they passed, but also probably trying to probably trying to get their special status back as well. So he goes on, he says, the company is already in turmoil. The stock price has plummeted since the scandal. Rumors are flying that the CEO is in jeopardy, and executives across the country are scared to become, quote, the next Walt Disney Company. We're going to press the advantage. So there you go. Don't let your foot off of the gas there. All right, and he finally goes on here and says, let me find it here. And again, I would say forget conservatives. I would just say just normal, everyday people out there need to develop a strategy for containing woke corporations. We have to apply countervailing pressure and make the executives understand that there's a price for pushing critical race theory and gender ideology onto employees and customers. There you go. Better way to describe it is get woke, go broke out there. Yes, indeed. So, let me see. He goes on and says, let me get back to it here. On the actual website, it encourages individuals to sign a pledge. Let me get myself back up there. There's beer. Let's see. To sign a pledge indicating that they will be dropping Disney, and there are even guidelines to instruct individuals to cancel their Disney Plus subscription. He goes on, it provides a more in-depth discussion on why you should be dropping Disney and canceling your subscriptions, explaining that, quote, Disney hate you for protecting your children's innocence, and they hate you for not handing your kids over for indoctrination. They hate you for not traumatizing them with fake ideologies about race and gender. There's probably some out there that deal either trying to indoctrinate and that sort of deal with either race or gender as far as the kids go and stuff like that. Probably the bigger overarching concept would be just generally destroying the nuclear family. So basically kind of the idea that the state would raise the children there. So, those aren't your kids that go to the classroom; those belong to the teacher. That sort of deal. So, I would probably put it more on that end rather than focusing rather on race or gender. But it helps to kind of get specific with some of that. But holy cow, that is an ugly face, man! Oh man. I tell you what, that's kind of. If Bear was out eating his stolen picnic basket and Brie Larson came up with that face, Bear would run. Bear would run back into the woods unless there was salmon. Unless there was salmon in there. I have to think about that for half of a second. Let's see. From there, the site shows Rufio's work. Da 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 da. He came out with all the reimagining tomorrow videos and stuff like that, and posted them up there. So let's see. He was dealing stuff with that. This is kind of a long article, so I'm kind of skipping around here. Well, let's see. What did he say? CNBC, a headline that they were commenting on major companies, including Disney and Walmart, are largely keeping silent. As they have the whole abortion issue. Bear isn't going to get into any of that sort of stuff, but you can kind of see the progression there, where maybe some of these companies might have been more proactive. They took a look at Disney and what happened to them and says, hey, hold on now just for a second. Maybe we shouldn't come out with any statements or anything like that. Actually, the Disney CEO had it correct the first time with the Florida law here. He basically came out and says, hey, we're not going to comment on any of that sort of stuff. And some of the crazy employees kind of blew up on him, so he came back and completely reversed it and completely stepped in it, if you know what I mean. So, the original idea was the best. So I think a lot of CEOs and other people out there are kind of taking that and learning from it here. In fact, he says the game has changed. Rufio says executives saw what we did to Disney and have changed their risk calculation. The pushback against woke capital is starting to deliver results. Yes, it is. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you? Grrrrr.